Hello. I thought it would be good to post another update. It's really only been a few days. I last had a video on Monday, and today is Friday evening. So, since I last posted, I feel like I've spent a lot of time on the phone with various providers, making sure that I got the letter I needed from the therapist, making sure that my primary care provider knew to write a letter, making sure insurance would cover the weigh-ins I had, actually getting those weigh-ins rounded up. Oh, I scheduled the nutrition class. Trying to think if there was anything else. It's been quite it's been quite a bit of work to get it all together, and I'm not complaining because it's going to benefit me in the end. I think that I will draft a letter this weekend outlining here's what you requested, here's what is provided, just to make it super simple, and then get that faxed in this weekend or Monday, depending on kind of what happens between now and then. My class is scheduled for January 11th. I'm hoping that I will be able to schedule surgery at the end of that class. My reservation or hesitation at this point is what they'll count as weigh-ins. So that's been interesting. I went back and counted. If they only count seeing my primary care provider, then it would count from the day before Thanksgiving forward, which this year would make it February 20th would be 90 days of supervised weight loss efforts with my doctor. However, there are some other options in the insurance paperwork. So if they will count all of those because I believe they fit what they're looking for, then I should be able to schedule. So at this point, it could make a pretty big difference when in February or March I have a procedure done. I'm trying to think what else. I guess I'm mostly just antsy about that. I was pretty overwhelmed on Monday just with kind of everything I needed to get rounded up and walking away and not having like a really specific timeline. So me being a planner and a strategist, that was kind of tough to chew. I just really like to know really concretely. And I felt like it was confusing in my insurance paperwork. I spent a lot of time on the phone with insurance trying to understand exactly what they needed. And then I ended up, I've been with a registered dietitian through a program at work since June. So it was tough to communicate what I needed from them, and the notes weren't just as easy as like printing notes for myself, but I eventually did get them, and I'm hoping that they suffice because that would move me forward in the process. I also have a friend I found out is moving to Denver, and she would be able to pick me up during the work week if I need to. So I know they only do surgery one day a week at my surgery center, and then I'll plan to be in the hospital for 2 days. So here's the deal. I have a ride on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I have family that can come probably in March, but I don't have a really good plan. If let's say surgery was on a Monday and I get released on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, I just didn't really quite have that figured out. So I feel good. I feel like I've got that figured out. No matter what, it'll be okay. And worst case scenario, I take an Uber or a Lyft. It's not that big of a deal, but sometimes it's just nice to know you have someone who will take a little bit of extra TLC as you leave the hospital. So I feel really good about that. I also have been able to wrap my head around kind of what I want to get done in my apartment, like I mentioned on the last one in the Christmas tree, which I'm still in love with. uh, I also am looking forward to just kind of cleaning out my cabinets and making things as easy as possible for myself and making sure that this is an environment I feel really happy and positive in, making sure everything is good to go at work. A colleague today offered to help me with some of my work while I'm gone. I'm so blessed. Not only do I have really great insurance, but I also have systems in place where somebody could actually kind of pick up the work and help me while I was out, and that gives me a tremendous amount of peace. I also have quite a bit of PTO, so that's exciting because even if I do have complications, I will be okay. I could literally take off 27 days and be fine, which is pretty awesome. So that feels good to me. I think I am just ready to do it. The biggest challenge this week has kind of been just wanting to relax in my dietary habits and my exercise habits, which isn't going to get me to that 10-pound weight loss goal. I also really struggled with the 10-pound weight loss goal and not knowing if it was going to be by February or March or really how to pace that or time that. So getting the information from the dietitian and thinking that I may really be able to schedule in February gives me some level of confidence about what that timeline needs to look like and that I need to get pretty serious about the 10 pounds starting, like right now. So I think that was really helpful for my brain, and have another coworker who we're just accountability buddies, which is fun. So agreed to go to the gym twice this weekend and to start tracking my food again. I took a few, like 3 days off, which isn't too bad, but I don't want 3 days to become 4 days to become 4 weeks, and etc. or beyond. So that's good. I think other than focusing on the 10-pound weight loss and being anxious to hear what happens with insurance and if they say that I have time figured out, I think I'm in a good place. I'm feeling confident about kind of having everything together, and we'll go from there. But it's been an eventful week and an uneventful week all at the same time. But I do feel like it's coming together and I'm headed in a good direction. So I will update again soon.